Going on, guys? Guys ready for some fights tonight? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good. Gibbs the best technical boxer. Apparently, that's what you guys tell me. I don't know if I can believe it, but apparently he's the best. How was it? How was it going to the gym? Was that your first time ever going to a gym? Yeah, there's no reason to argue with people. Honestly. Honestly. Prelims. We got prelims going right now for UFC. They're just about to start. So, I think that Gib would outbox Jake. I don't know about that. Coach is great. Was doing pad work and I put my left hand down. Dude hit me in the head with the pad. That's how you learn. That is how you learn right there. That's perfect. That's perfect, man. And look, they're not trying to do it to hurt you. They're because you getting hit in the head with the pad like that is gonna hurt a lot less. It's gonna hurt a lot less compared to you know, if someone was actually trying to punch you. So my goodness, we got some fights tonight, boys. We got some fights tonight. And on top of it, I don't know if this is working. I gotta see if it's working right now. I am trying to see if this is gonna work. It's either gonna work or it's gonna go terribly, terribly wrong. Steve, what's going on? Steve, did you get everything working, buddy? Oh, man. Ganja, what's going on, dude? So I'm live streaming also to Twitter right now to see how that works. It's actually working pretty well. Let's see what it does. So, Steve, I'm glad you're here, man. Hopefully everything's working, dude. I know you were having some technical issues that were just like, I've never seen that before. When you were talking about that, I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. All right, so who's everyone picking for tonight for main events? Who's everyone picking for main events? Gain? Gone? Gone? I keep wanting to say gain, but it's gone, right? And what do you got for boxing? Trek and Tall Kid. You gonna pick Gary Russell? Or are you gonna go with... Or are you gonna go with the Filipino? Going with Gary? I don't know, man. Gary missing weight. Gary admitting that he's semi-injured going into the fight. I don't know why. I'm just getting this vibe. I'm just getting this vibe that Gary Russell's gonna lose this, man. I don't know why. I can't tell you why, other than his dad's not there in his training camp or in his corner. He's admitting to being hurt. He's been out of the ring for 2 years. It just, all these things, I'm just like, man, he missed weight. It's like, these are all the signs that he should lose. I'll put it this way. if Mark is going to win, if MAGSAYO is going to win, this is how he's going to win. This is the best shot he's going to get. This is probably going to be the most vulnerable version of Gary Russell that's going to be available for him. So if he can't beat him right now, he's not meant to beat him. He's not meant to beat him. All the cereal gone. It's all good. I always want to say gain. I know it's gone. You know. Rogue Boy, what's going on, dude? So yeah, we got even. I'm live on Twitter to see what it's like, see what happens. So I posted a poll on Twitter to see what people had to say in terms of we're watching UFC right now. I'm watching UFC on ESPN Plus. Right now, 63% of people say that Gary Russell's going to win. In the main event, 55% for UFC say that Francis Ngannou is going to, remain champion. Interesting enough. Dude, it's a great way of doing it. Now let's take a quick peek at my poll on YouTube. Because we had to. Had to. See what people had to say about this. Let's see. Okay. So for my YouTube people, they said, who's going to win? Mark MAGSAYO, 54%. So, and that's with probably twice as many votes as on Twitter. Now, I will say this. To be fair, my ratio of followers for YouTube, my subscribers, I have a very large Filipino, Indonesian, Japanese following, actually. So, and that's because of like Manny Pacquiao videos I've had that go like through the roof. So because of that, I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised. Shrek, a huge chunk actually. One of my best videos ever. And I mean like ever. It might be my number one video. No, I'm sorry. It's my fourth best video ever. Is my Inoue versus Maloney fight prediction, with around almost 8,000 views. So, yeah, that's when I got a lot of Japanese viewers in particular. From the moon. And then my two number one videos, I have a Manny Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia like news one that I did. And that has 11,000. And then I have Manny Pacquiao versus Conor McGregor news one that has close to 10,000. So, oh, he's teaching you to do southpaw too, huh? Little switch hitting. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. That's solid. No harm in that. Okay, so now we have UFC 270 popping off right now. As always, UFC, great cards. Always solid cards. Let's hope we get the same quality. Chrissy, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Hopefully we get the same quality from PBC later today. But we'll see. We never know. We never know. Although we do have, it's PBC, I know. We do have Evander Holyfield's son on the undercard, which should be interesting. I've seen him fight a couple times. He's okay. You know, obviously they're trying to really promote him, boost him up. Yes, Evan Holyfield. He's been around a little bit. I think he's probably about 2 years into his professional career. So, they're definitely building him up, boosting his record right now, which is fine. Like, you know, I'm not going to hate too hard on that. There's obvious reasons behind that. So, I mean, obviously he's got the name, so I feel like the gym I'm in, though, it's small but had everything you would need. See, that's good. Good small gym with everything you need. That's all you really need, right? Like, you don't need too much junk. See, that's the other part too. If it gets you excited, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. Makes you want to go. Honestly, I lose track of time anytime I'd go to the gym for boxing. I always lose like an hour just flies by. Like, it's done. This fight right now with Valdez is pretty exciting. I like the fact that these guys are just going at it right now. These guys aren't feeling it out. They're just throwing bombs. Rivolo got him hurt. Already we might get a first round stoppage. Valdez is on the ground. Man. Oh! Valdez is down. This is wild. Valdez is hurt. Man, Valdez is holding on right now for dear life. Valdez now rocks him. Rivola, dude, his hands were way down. Already off the bat. Already off the bat. Fantastic. Rocco, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it, man. This fight's already just on fire. Dude, that story goes straight through ESPN Plus, which you probably can do if you have the Hulu setup. I don't know. Oh, Valdez got rocked again. Is on the canvas again. This is wild. We can't show the fight because we'll get immediately banned from Twitch. So we're hanging out and watching the fight. The fight hasn't started. We got at least a couple hours before the fight starts. Dude, these guys are just... Oh! Valdez got slapped! He's asleep, basically, at this point. I have never had Oreo cakesters. I'm very well aware of them, though. Like... Everyone on TikTok's all about him. Valdez is not... How is he awake right now? He looked like he completely got slapped, and then he somehow is awake still in fight. I think they're gonna stop this. They're gonna stop it. Oh, it's over. Wow. What a fight, man. What a fight. That was a crazy good round. Oh, no problem, dude. You can always go to our Discord. We got links in there if you need them. So that was nuts. Is it? We got pretty soon. We got the PBC cards gonna be starting in probably half an hour to 45 minutes. So good to know, Shrek. Hopefully, hopefully it works for everything. That was a crazy fight. Crazy fight. Let me tell you, if you want to become a fan favorite and get noticed in the UFC, coming out and just going absolutely wild like that, that'll do it. That'll do it. Honestly, I think Gary's just, he's not in love with boxing anymore. In my opinion, that's my biggest problem with Gary. Fights once a year. You know, he comes out, he does his thing, and then he, like, you don't see him, you don't hear about him. All he does is he chirps at people online. And it's just like, okay, that's fine. You know, if that's what you want to do, if that's the style you want to kind of approach everything with, that's fine. But it just doesn't come across like you're super hungry. You know? I mean, the thing is, Gary Russell Jr. has fantastic skills. He has great skills. And it's a shame because I love to watch him fight. I love watching him fight. Bruce Buffer got drip. That was a good one. That was a good one. I mean, the UFC just delivers. It's a 7th fight. That's a good way to get noticed right there. You quickly become a fan favorite doing that kind of style. I mean, Valdez, yeah, Joe Rogan just pointed out, Valdez got dropped 5 times. Honestly, with the Francis Ngannou and Gone, like, I'm sure you can make a case for either one of them. Because the UFC always has they always pin the best versus the best. You know? If it goes to the ground, I'm sure you can, you know, Gone's probably more favored. Francis Ngannou is going to be more favored on their feet. Although Gone doesn't get hit that much. It's like, you know. It's gonna be a really good time. That's what I care about more than anything. It's just good quality fight. Sit back, relax on a Saturday night. Some quality entertainment. So he should be the one calling out boxers, not Ngannou. I mean, honestly, you'd have to be pretty crazy to call out. Pretty crazy to call out, like, Tyson Fury. Oh, do you guys hear? Bob Arum wants Jared Anderson to fight Deontay Wilder next. And I was like, Bob. Slow down a little bit, Bob. Like I love Jared Anderson, but be very, very careful what you wish for. Because that will derail his career for a little bit. Just a little bit. Not permanently, but just a little bit, because he's young. But that's, I don't know if you want to put him in with the Lions quite yet. That's quite the step up in opponent for him. So some Jared Anderson early. Yeah, he's a good boxer. He definitely likes, I mean, I think he's so used to having his way. With a hammer fist? Is that Johnny Long that he did that to? I mean, you could tell he's like just a pure athlete, which I love. Which I really appreciate. But he's got to be careful because he does get hit. And he has been, you know, had some fairly easy opponents in front of him. And so once he starts stepping up, that's when you start to see the real kind of, the real power, the real kind of athleticism, all that stuff. I know that's the one thing I absolutely love about him. Is that trick. He is a true 240 naturally. He's not a guy that has to bulk up to hit that kind of weight at all. At all. He very easily can do that. Which not everyone can do. Some people kind of need to naturally bulk up a little bit. So to be a natural 240 like he is, that's a good thing. You know? He's a big boy. And with the way the heavyweights are, I mean, to be less robotic, to be in training camps with Tyson Fury, doing sparring sessions with Tyson Fury, it's a huge plus. Huge plus. So, I'm all about it. And it's good. It's good that he's getting that experience. So, smaller guys make it like Usyk. Well, yeah, Andy Ruiz did well against AJ. We saw Usyk do well. You know? But the big thing is with smaller guys, you have to have some element that's going to be a problem for a bigger fighter. With Usyk, it's his footwork, athleticism. He has a lot of his variability and just what he can do in terms of his ring IQ is huge. Andy Ruiz is a solid boxer, but his hand speed for his size is fantastic. So you had to bring something to the table. You know, get a 7-foot heavyweight champ in 30 years. Oh, what was that, guys? There was a Russian that was pretty close to 7 foot, if not 7 foot, that David Haye fought. I think he was 7 feet tall. But, I mean, regardless, that leaves a lot of area to be hit. You know? That leaves a lot of area to be hit. So that's why Tyson Fury can do so well and be so tall. Sure. Love to hear a fun fact. Commercials. I just want to get to the fights. Come on. It'll be nice once we get PBC going at the same time. He beat him, he retired, and he became the main character of some Russian kids show. What? Are you serious? That is very random. Very random. But I kind of love it. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I can dig that. You know? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh boy, we got DC doing VO, doing voiceover right now. They are just stalling this card out right now. Caveman or something? Dude, he has that look too, doesn't he? He has that caveman look. Smaller card, that's why. I always feel like their cards are super stacked. And oh yeah, you're right, it is kind of smaller, isn't it? Yeah, they only have 11 fights. They only have 11 fights, but the bulk of their fights are on their main card. Oh, that's why. Isn't that ironic though? Like UFC has 11 fights, and that's a small fight card. That's a small fight card for them. Boxing's like, oh my gosh, we have 5 fights on this card. It's huge. They're only 15 minutes, I know. But still, when you have like 14 fights on a card, I at least feel like you get your money's worth for sure. Right? Man, I'm still bummed that Derek Lewis lost to Gane, man. Do you think Kobe's gonna destroy Masvidal? I love Masvidal's personality. I think that's why. I think a lot of people do. Obviously, that's why he does well. But you know, he kind of hasn't been doing a ton, right? I mean, he hasn't had like a lot of big wins lately, if I'm not mistaken. So, dude, Kobe, every time I saw him in the octagon with Usman, I thought there's just no way this guy's gonna be able to match up with Usman. Usman just looks like such a powerhouse. Just such a huge powerhouse. And I don't know, man. Kobe was in there, man. He did so well. I did not hear what he said after the second fight. I remember that Derek Lewis. They're showing the Derek Lewis versus Gane fight right now. The highlights of that, which was not a great fight. Derek Lewis like just did not throw his hands whatsoever in that fight. And just got like picked apart. Like Lewis threw so few punches. Yeah, exactly. Well, jabs, and he also had leg kicks, if I'm not mistaken. Kobe always makes things interesting, at least. He always makes it interesting. And he's such a troll, man. He knows how to troll people so hard. Cyril gone. I don't know the history between Kobe and Jorge Masvidal. I know they have a relationship in some way. I don't know if they were like friends for a long time or what, but I do know that there's... Dude, Francis Ngannou's such a freaking monster. Holy crap. 10-0. Gane's 10-0 and has 0 time on bottom position. That's insane. That's nuts. I mean, to have that many fights and have so little time on your back in the UFC. I like that they have DC drawing. It reminds me of like John Madden back in the day. They were teammates during a video. Kobe was giving Jorge support during weight cut. I don't know why they fell out, but Kobe sent pictures of him with ex-wife. Oh, damn. So yeah, they do have a history, huh? Damn. That's awesome. Hey, I love fights that have some bad blood behind it. When the Evan Holyfield fight is, it should be in about 30 minutes. Should be about 30 minutes. Let me double check. I got both fights on, so. So, I know this is a lot of filler for them. This is a ton of filler, which I'm really surprised by. Like, they never do this much filler. But then again, like you said, there's a lot of, I mean, it's a shorter card than normal. I mean, Chris Rollins, I don't know anything about him. But I'm going to guess Evan Holyfield's going to beat him. Probably get a stoppage. Maybe. Is it a 6-rounder? I'm guessing maybe a 4 or 6-rounder because it's the first fight on the card. So, you know, maybe win by decision if it's a 4-rounder. Maybe get a late 5th round stoppage, 6th round stoppage. You know? They're not gonna push that kid. That kid's absolutely gonna print money for them. They're gonna make sure to keep him around for a while before they actually put him in there with some serious. So I know it's the last fight. Well, it's the last contract fight that he has. If he wins, you got to imagine Dana's going to come out and really try to either scoop him up or he's going to have to figure something out. Because he's going to be a valuable asset if he wins. If he wins. If he doesn't, you know, do you let him just do whatever he wants? I don't know. I'll tell you this much. Anyone that thinks that Francis Ngannou is going to immediately, you know, go to boxing, no. If he does, he's not going to be fighting anyone with any real clout right off the bat. Oh, yeah. Shakur Stevenson versus Valdez. We covered that on Wednesday's stream. That's going to be, I mean, the contracts have been sent. Nothing is 100%, but it's about as close to 100% done as it can be. April 30th, I believe, is the date. Fantastic fight. Fantastic fight for both of them. I mean, if you're Shakur Stevenson, right, and you win, not only do you get another belt, but you really establish kind of this weight class to be your weight class. Your Valdez, it's a huge bounce back fight for you after you arguably got gifted a fight you should have lost. You know? Jared Anderson versus Ngannou. It just won't happen. I would probably lean towards Jared Anderson just because I haven't seen Francis Ngannou like actually box. I've seen him, you know, UFC stand up is one thing, but like I've said, it's one thing to like box somebody, or it's one thing to like be in the UFC where you have a lot of more dynamic things to pay attention to, kicks, takedowns, all that other stuff. When someone's just in front of you, just purely boxing, I'd probably lead towards Jared Anderson. But I also haven't seen Francis Ngannou like just purely box. So, dude, if the financials are settled, then it's basically a done deal. The question is it a 2-fight deal or is it a 1-fight deal? That's my biggest question with the Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez kind of thing. Because I would imagine if it's going to be for titles, there might be a 2-fight deal involved. Or a rematch clause, I should say. But, then again, Eddie Hearn's not involved, so you never know. If Eddie Hearn's not involved, there's about like 50% less likelihood of a rematch clause. Have more power than Deontay Wilder? Well, I would say Francis Ngannou probably has more balance power in both hands compared to like Deontay Wilder's like basically got power in one hand, right? Like Deontay Wilder's right hand is ungodly, but no one fears a left hook or a punch coming from the left side of Deontay Wilder. Francis Ngannou can knock you out with either hand. Like so that's where I'd go with that. You know, Francis Ngannou has power in both hands, which makes him extremely dangerous. And why he's so good at, especially for UFC. Man, I am loving. Bruce Buffer has just a fantastic outfit for tonight. Nothing's going on for PBC yet. They haven't started. So, we got Oliveira. They just announced. Let's see how this fight. I would lean towards Shakur as well. Even if Valdez has his specialty. So we have Gravely versus Oliveira. I mean, just Shakur Stevenson has just really high level boxing. Valdez, I would say, is probably scrappier, which gives him, an element there if things got a little bit crazy. Like, we know that Valdez has fought with a broken jaw before. We've never seen Shakur Stevenson go to a dark place and then have to fight his way out of it. So, that's the only thing I would give to Valdez. Like, Valdez has gone there and been one of those guys that can be Very, very tough. Like, he has no quit in him. Not that Shakur Stevenson does, but we just haven't seen him. Oh, this might be over already. Oliveira looks like he might get him right now, already choking him out. Uh-oh. We already might have a submission. Uh-oh. Damn, dude. This might be a submission in the first minute. Oh, he got out. Holy crap. Woo. Oh, I agree, Shrek. I'm surprised it took him so long. The kid wants to fight. I have no idea, Tall Kid. I was wondering the same. I was wondering the exact same thing. Right now, Oliveira's on his stomach, which is not ideal. But he was so close. I don't know, Shrek. I'll see what works best. I was just using it on my iPad and it wasn't working great. Best Solaris always works really, really, really well for me. Like, super well. So I'll probably use that. Already, this fight's already started off with a bang. Got really exciting really quick. Oh, it's a great way, Tall Kid. I'll let you know what works best. Because I'll have to see how everything's running, so. I only have Twitch, YouTube, OBS, Discord, and the fight running at the same time. I never have my Trovo tab open, ever. Honestly, I like never have it open, because the only person there is ever you, and you're already you're already a mod. So I'm like, if anything goes down, I just figured Shrek will take care of it. And windmill puncher. You're in charge, Shrek, is what I'm trying to tell you. I know, Tall Kid. I was wondering the same thing, right? It's sad. Well, there's not much going on. I mean, Trovo, even when I made the front page, there wasn't much going on. We had that one guy come in, screw up in saying hi, which you and Tall Kid made fun of him for, and then he left. He screwed up saying hi. He put a U instead of an O in hello, and then he never came back. He never came back. He just left. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to really do anything about that, because he could have corrected it himself. You know, anytime a guy has on his front shin Muay Thai, like Oliveira does, you know, might make me a little bit nervous if they kick me. You got 2 points taken for bite another ear, bud. Oh, punch him in the dick. It chatted something like punch him in the dick, and the guy left immediately. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Tonight's been extremely tame, which I'm kind of surprised by. I'm a little nervous about. I'm sure it's going to ramp up the farther we get it. Once PBC starts, I'm sure it'll get a little bit crazier. It's all good. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought Shrek was referencing really quick. Still, that video still makes me laugh every time I see it. Every time I see it, it still makes me laugh. Shrek, after and Tall Kid, after the stream last night, I played Red Dead Redemption 2 for another 2 hours, maybe. And while I was doing that, I had Kit Boda, the guy that we were watching doing all the scammer calls and being the little old lady. I was listening to him on my phone and I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for like 2 hours after stream. It was super fun. Oh yeah. Have another great year of combat sports, bud. Where I went down Gaines and Ngannou. Gone and Ngannou game plan. For Gone, it was whole paragraph that was detailed. In France, the guys, it was big punch go boom. I mean, if you hit that hard, do you really need a super detailed plan? Don't get me wrong, it's not as simple as just go out there and windmill it, but yeah, Deontay Wilder. Well, Wilder had a game plan and it worked. And then he totally abandoned it. And he did that multiple times. In all three of the fights, he had a game plan and it was solid. The good old dick twist. It was solid. And then he abandoned it each time. The game plan was to go to the body of Fury, which is soft. And he did that, and then he would just completely abandon that game plan. For no reason. And it's like, okay. It's like he starts that way, he then gets excited, and then just tries to land the big right hand. Yeah, exactly. He gassed out hard too. Which you got to wonder if part of that was because he came in the heaviest he's ever been. He bulked up for the fight because he didn't want to get pushed around by Fury. So getting dropped twice. I knew going into that third fight it was not going to be like the second fight. I knew for a fact it wasn't. Because the second fight was such a perfect storm for Tyson Fury, where he came in and surprised Wilder with his weight. He then also, on top of that, landed a perfect punch to the temple, and the equilibrium of Wilder was just gone. He was in complete control. He caught him completely off guard by coming forward instead of being on the back foot. I mean, it was like everything worked in Tyson Fury's favor that second fight, which was brilliant on his part. And the Kronk gym, which everyone was super nervous. I remember everyone was super nervous about that being the case, that he switched trainers in gyms at that time from Ben Davidson, which Ben Davidson's still a great trainer. The fact that he did that and that was the end result was just like, wow. It was super impressive. It was super impressive that happened like that. So, the energy was different. Everything was different about the third fight. And I said this so many times. People were just like, oh, I don't want to see the third fight. It's like, then afterwards, everyone's like, oh man, that was the best fight. That was fight of the year. That was the best fight. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And you guys all bitched and moaned for months that you didn't want to see the third fight. You know? I thought Fury was solid for the third fight. I just feel like going into the third fight, if you're Wilder, you got nothing to lose. You got a new trainer, so you know he was excited. Like, that was the big thing for Wilder going into that third fight, is like to change to Malik Scott instead of DJ and stuff like that, like, was a really good thing. Like, that was a really smart thing, because I bet you Deontay Wilder, like, his vibe going into it, like, you could tell he was excited. You could tell, like, training camp wise, everything like that. He just seemed to be in a really positive mood. And that's sometimes a huge deal going into a fight. How well would Fury perform at 290 to 300 pounds? I would be really nervous about that. Canelo versus Beterbiev or Joe Smith, who you got, Glove? I'm going to go Canelo against Joe Smith for sure. I actually think Canelo definitely would beat Joe Smith. After that last fight, Joe Smith looks like he hits hard, but I wasn't super impressed. He fought a guy that was short notice, came in out of nowhere, that was pretty much a nobody, and couldn't get him out of there. Like, right off the bat. He slowed down, gassed out. Didn't impress me. He didn't impress me with that fight. Beterbiev is the one guy that's probably the scary one. The scariest one. Because he doesn't need a lot to hurt you with his punches. There's plenty of examples of this in his fights, where he doesn't have to do like this big windup to hit you hard. He's just a bad dude that hits hard, that's tough as nails. We saw in the Brown fight in particular, that huge cut opened up, which ironically always happens in a Brown fight. Funny enough, every time Brown's in the ring, for whatever reason, someone gets cut. And he just was able to get the win against a solid competitor. Oliveira coming out like with knees, kicks, everything. So I would say Fury probably does walk around closer to 290, like when he's not, you know. Second scariest Usyk, first scariest for Nick Canelo. I mean, I'm excited to see what this year entails for big fights. We already have so many in terms of contract and everything else. Beterbiev versus Canelo would be fight of the year. It could be. I would probably put my money on Inoue versus Donaire 2. Or Estrada versus Chocolatito 3 being fight of the year. Chocolatito versus Estrada 3 just got pushed back, which I don't love. You know, not ideal. It got slightly postponed. I saw that briefly. Gravely just is on top right now. Oliveira came out red hot, but Gravely was able to avoid the massive guillotine that he had the problem with in the first, or the very first round. You just say Jake Paul's best performance. I mean, probably the second Woodley fight, because I know people are gonna say that like it was a really boring fight, and it was a really, really, really boring fight, but that wasn't purely on Jake. You got to remember, at that point, Woodley, although he was a late replacement, had been in the ring with him. And to kind of set that up, I would probably say that, you know, I would probably say that was his better performance. The first fight against Woodley wasn't all that exciting either, except for the fourth round or whatever, or early round where Woodley hurt Jake for a brief amount of time. Who should King Kong fight? King Kong should fight for AARP and retire. He should be fighting other senior citizens for first dibs at Country Buffet. That's what he should be doing. He's too old. He's too old. He shouldn't be fighting anybody. To be 42 years old, it's not good at that age. He did not look fantastic against Charles Martin for a chunk of rounds. I would not recommend Luis Ortiz fighting anymore. You know, should fight for a pension. Yeah, he should be. That's my honest opinion. I don't like to see old fighters continuously fighting when they just don't look great. Like Povetkin, I'm glad he stopped when he did, man. I'm glad he stopped when he did. Povetkin was at that time. I mean, I know. He was. The thing is, if you're Luis Ortiz, how much more can you rely on that kind of just solid power in your boxing ability? You know? Exactly. He's got a family. Hopefully he's squirreled away some money. Oh, Oliveira just thought he got a little bit wobbly, but he didn't. It's a fun little fight right here. But yeah, everyone's like, oh, Luis Ortiz and like Andy Ruiz should fight. And I'm like, not really. Like, I'm just Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. I mean, I'd say it's fairly 50-50-ish. I haven't seen Tommy Fury hasn't fought in I don't know how many months. You know? I would say this. I'm hypercritical of both of them every single fight that they have. So, late August. PBC is going to be starting soon. So, who knows when Fury's going to fight technically? He has that broken rib, guys. He has a broken rib. He can't fight, guys. You know? If you're Tommy Fury, that was fun. Blue screen of death. Nothing like the blue screen of death right in the middle of a stream. That's the second time that's happened now. Kind of pissed. Kind of pissed. So that was super fun. And now we got PBC going. What a mess, dude. I got to figure out what's going on. I keep getting blue screens here and there too. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Pretty much. I don't know what happened. It literally got blue screen of death and that was it. That was it. Don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. You're really not going to probably miss anything, to be honest with you. Even Evan Holyfield, it's not going to be like a great fight. So, Oh, he already fought? Yeah. That's the other part too. I love when PBC shows a 6-fight card is what they're going to be giving you. And then they give you like 4 out of the 6. It's like, give me the whole card. Give me the whole thing. So, love that. He won by unanimous decision. Yeah, I could have guessed that. I think I did guess that. Was it a 4-rounder or 6-rounder? Do you know? No. We have a while till we get co-main for UFC. We're still in prelim. We have 2 more fights, and then prelim will be done, and then we'll have main card. So we have some time. Okay, I got the PBC card going. Yeah, it's gonna go. It goes pretty quick. What did Khabib? I can't imagine Khabib and what he would say to something like Jake. I can't imagine him talking too much trash because it's Khabib. Like him being like super, super serious about everything. Or taking things too serious, but he just doesn't seem like a guy that gets like all that rattled. So he said Jake is welcome to train at his gym. Oh shit. I thought it was gonna be a negative thing. Now, do you wonder if he's saying that because he'd love to just get him in his gym and just tool on him? You know, like he's like, yeah, sure, come on over. While he licks his chops. I have never done that trek, to be honest with you. PBC is gonna take like an hour, of course, to get started because they take forever. I mean, Jake can do whatever he wants. He can do catch weights, whatever he feels like doing. So, dude, I have to completely do a overhaul on my PC, and it sucks. I'm pretty annoyed by it. It's one thing to have a blue screen like once in a very rare moon, but now I've been getting them a little bit more frequently. And to have 2 during live streams, that's like super unheard of for me. So we'll see what happens. Oh, Leachman, of course. He's 6-0 heavyweight. Bought bums, but I'm watching his career just to see how far it goes. That's pretty funny. Well, I bet you tell a kid it's, you know, exactly what you're kind of saying. Like, it's not like Jake and Connor are buddy. So it's like, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation. Connor and Jake are both assholes. They certainly aren't. There's certainly guys that like to push each other's buttons and everyone else's buttons at that. McGregor, it was one thing when he was winning. Like, you can be a huge asshole, especially if you're winning. But he hasn't won like major fights since like Obama was president. So it's like kind of one of those things, right? Jake at least Jake's winning fights. People can criticize him all they want and say like, oh, he's fighting bombs, whatever. He's still winning fights. Let's see what these two. Yeah, I was gonna say Madalena was like, no. No touchy, no gloves. Let's just get in there and start banging away. Madalena's nose says he has been punched in the face a lot. When you see that guy, I've never seen someone's nose have that profile before. He's definitely had his nose broken a few times. He might be a little nerd. Yeah, dead, dying. Yeah, dad dying or any of that stuff. Yeah, that's true. At least that's accurate. Jake hasn't done that to my knowledge. Or Pizza Hut fell off. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, Broke Boy. I'm so glad you said that. There's a YouTube channel that I really, really, really enjoy. Let's see if I can find it. It's fantastic. And it's all about companies and their history and stuff like that. It's called Company Man. Right? You can check it out. And Company Man does videos purely based off of the rise and fall of different companies, sometimes the comeback of certain companies and stuff like that. And they did a whole video on just Pizza Hut. And one thing they talked about was how when Pizza Hut first came around, they were the only ones in town, basically. They started kind of that whole wave of pizza chains, basically. And so he goes through that whole thing. And then he talks about how Domino's is really, really dominated. And even nowadays, a lot of people, when they get polled, big polls will have people picking Domino's over Pizza Hut. Oh, Magdalena! He's finished. It's all over. All over. Yeah, dude, that guy's had his nose broken a lot. Don't get me wrong. Neither one of them are top-notch pizza, but if I gotta pick one, I'm super picky about pizza. Like, I'm really ruthless. Little Caesars is the best. Ugh. For the price, it's not bad. Out of all those guys. Oh, it looks like we're getting the first PBC fight. That was a great KO. I mean, you can't ask for anything prettier than that. For flavor, but Papa John's. Dude, Papa John's, I've had bad luck with Papa John's. I'll be honest with you. I've had bad luck with Papa John's. I've ordered Papa John's and my pizzas have been pathetically bad. Like, pathetically bad. That was a great, that was a perfect shot. Honestly, I'm all about like local quality pizza. I don't care if I pay $30 for 2 pizzas or whatever. Or $40 for 2 pizzas, more likely. But then again, I grew up where there was a lot of pizza. It was it was Jay, I think. It was who was it? No, I don't think it was Jay. It was what was the kid's name? What was his kid's name? The kid's name. Oh God. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. Like Brandon or something like that. It was so bad though. He ordered his pizza, like it showed up late. It didn't have the toppings on it. It was a fucking disaster. That one stream, man. Oh, you live in New York. Yeah, it's not even an option. I mean, in New York, New York, you can get like one slice that's like this like massive slice for nothing. You want cheap pizza? My goodness. Pathetically bad, Steve says. Evan Holyfield fight ended already. Yeah, he won by unanimous. I'm not surprised. Average price of pizza in your local pizza shop. So, that's a great question, Ganja. So, Dana, what's going on? Growing up in Maine, in like the New England area, you could get 2 large pies with like 2 toppings for, I don't know, $25, $30. Like it was pretty reasonable. It was like maybe like $13 to $15 per pie. But everywhere else I've lived, basically, it's like Washington and Colorado. It was like $23 to $25 a pie. Minnesota, it's like it's like right around that $20 range. And I'm just like, wow, it's expensive. Yeah, exactly. Like New York is like the one place you can go for like good pizza for a reasonable price. You know? Okay. Here we go. We got the first fight on PBC that they're going to show, actually. That's awesome, Shrek. Mongolian fighter. I don't think I've ever seen a Mongolian boxer before, really, that I can think of off the top of my head. That's pretty unique. Oh God, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this guy's name. There's no way I can pronounce his name. I'm just gonna call him the Mongolian fighter while I'm doing commentary for his stuff. Square pizza. So in the Midwest, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's like a thing here in like Minnesota. Like they do like square pizza. And I'm like, okay. UK local to me, you could probably get a full pizza for about $7.50. $10, yeah. That's what I'm used to. It's like more like, you know, 12, 13 bucks for a large pizza. It's out of control, dude. Ganja, you should see it. Like in California especially, the pizza's like super bougie, super expensive. Okay. First televised boxing match here for PBC. So far, they're going at it pretty good. They're actually not doing too much feeling out. Lucas is going to the body a little bit, which I like. Man, listening to Abdur Mirez talk is brutal. Food quality? I mean, I guess it depends. I don't know, Ganja. I haven't done any travel in the UK. Unmelted mozzarella cheese, little leaf. Yeah, and that'll be 25 bucks in your firstborn child if you're in California. Tug, yeah, man. Well, Ganja, don't you guys have like really quality like Indian food though? Like really good Indian food. I love Indian food. My wife, not so much. I absolutely love it. So, don't want to spar immediately. He said, oh yeah, of course. You don't want anything. Yeah, you'd get knocked out. You'd have to say that. Well, that's a good thing. He's actually looking out for your actual health rather than just being like, yeah, get in the ring, get knocked out. Have fun with that. You know? This is actually a pretty solid start off. Yeah, I was going to say the Indian food is probably super on point. Super on point. And in the US, it really varies, man. I got to be honest. It varies heavily depending on where you are. Like, I have not been able to find like really good Italian food sometimes, and it's pissed me off. Like, really good Italian food can be hard to find depending on where you are. Good barbecue. I basically learned how to do my own barbecue because there was like almost none of it in when I lived in Washington. It was sad. The barbecue there was just like really sad. There was one good place. There was one good place that was in Portland that was actually good. The rest of them were like garbage. 4 of Matchroom's fighters taken out of the WBC rankings for failing to enroll in VADA. Damn. Conor Benn was one of them? No way. No way. I have not, broke boy. I gotta find out about that. That's huge. That's huge. I mean, am I really that surprised? Am I really that surprised that Conor Benn, you know? isn't involved in VADA. Conor Benn among 3 Brits removed from rankings after failing to enroll in drug test program. Oh yeah. That will stain your career pretty well. Yeah. Geez, I wonder how Conor Benn got so much power right away. Costco has pizza slices, like the ones they got in New York. Oh, that's always good. Good to know, Dana. Italian food's probably the one thing I'm pretty critical of. I'm really critical of Italian, really critical of like barbecue and steak. Pizza. All that stuff. Stuff that was like always seafood. I'm super critical of seafood. So it is expensive, but at the same time, it's clerical error. Oh, sure. They better be reinstated because now everyone's going to be watching them, especially Conor Benn. Conor Benn, especially, they're going to be looking at him. Broke boy, the one thing you would love, dude, is if you saw the prices. The prices of seafood where I grew up are like criminally cheap. Like blow your mind cheap, affordable. It's Lucas fight right now, tug fight. It's okay. It's okay. Not a bad little start-off fight. Ooh, good little shot there. Broke boy, you can get 3 1-pound lobsters in Maine for $25. Easily. Like, and you can get a bag of steamers for like $8. Like, basically all the seafood you could want for like, I don't know. You got those together, basically you'd be all set for 2 people, no problem. Like, when we have lobster bakes back home, it's not a question of like, do you want a lobster? It's like, do you want 2 or 3 or 4 lobsters? We'll buy like 50 of them. Like 40, 50 lobsters for like, I don't know, a group of people. So it's like that affordable. And then if you know people that are actual like lobstermen, you get them for like, I don't know, market price. You get them for like $3, $4, maybe even a little bit cheaper sometimes per. Yeah, UFC is doing nothing. No, Ganja, it's just literally they're just doing filler right now. Blue crab are super expensive. Damn, dude. Oh, dude, if you like the tails, the claws are where it's at, man. The claws are sweeter. Are they going to stop this fight right now? I heard it was postponed. I was bummed about that. Lucas does not seem like he wants to be in this fight. Possibly. His corner was like making it seem like, no. Very weird. You're Bing. You're like the only person I know that uses Bing, but if it works for you, I've actually been using like Opera GX, and I actually kind of love it. Seafood boils, hell yeah, I'd love to try some seafood boils in Louisiana. I wasn't like, I don't know, I'm pretty picky about seafood. I wasn't super impressed with some of the seafood I had in Washington, although their salmon's good. In your office, I wear a hat so I don't have to deal with my hair. I wear a hat so I really, honest to God, don't have to deal with my hair. That's primarily the reason. Oh, Lucas and Tug are going at it. Hair review. I can show you my hair. It's messy right now. I need a haircut. But that's it. I mean, nice little exchange right there. This is only third round. It's basically the typical, like, atypical, like, guys in their mid-30s hair looks like. Nothing special, I'll tell you that much. UFC's back. We're going to be getting the next fight pretty soon. Lucas wants to fight. He just doesn't speak. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just like, what the hell is going on in this corner right now? So, I was like, okay. Spanish? No más. Yeah. No habla española. Ooh, nice combination from Tug. Right now, I like the feints coming from Tug too. Pretty decent little starter fight. 3 Trovo views. That's amazing, dude. I want Trovo to work too. It's like actually a really solid platform. Take it from a bald guy. Your hair looks great. Thank you, Data. Don't get me wrong. I don't know how long I'll have it, but as I have it right now, I'm enjoying it. It's not perfect, but most guys don't have perfect hair by their mid-30s. I actually just synced up my YouTube account with Odyssey, BitChute, and with Rumble. Just in case. I don't know. I don't know if anyone actually uses those platforms, but White boy fro starting to recede. Yeah, get used to that. He does kind of look like a little bit like, yeah, Jose Aldo. He's got a little bit, yeah. It didn't help that they showed Jose Aldo, like, I was like, okay. Yeah, it kind of looks like him. I went to freshman year in college. One of my roommates was basically had the hair of like a 50-year-old guy, where he was like mostly done with his hair. So it happens. Receding hair is one thing. Losing hair and getting patches and stuff, that's a whole other thing. You know? Whole other level. Jake Paul. I don't want Jake Paul hairline. Yeah, if I was actually going to recommend a YouTube alternative Odyssey actually is a really, really solid website. The quality of the video quality and everything is really good. And they have like their own like blockchain crypto there that you can use to donate to people and stuff. Like crypto's going in the pisser. What do you have, Dana? I don't have like any crypto. It's the one thing that like I should have invested in, but I never did. Right now, I'm just focusing on stock market. I have money in UFC, and that's gone up since they initially... Oh, you're on Rumble? Rumble, like, seems fine, but the problem is when you upload, it's a pain in the ass. Because to get monetized on it, they have to, like, get it approved or whatever. It takes forever. Oh yeah, I invested in UFC the day it came out. The day they went public, I bought shares of UFC, and it's only gone up since I purchased stock on them. I'm about to buy some stock in Duluth Trading Company and Dickies now that everyone's burning all their Carhartt. I was like, you know whose stock's probably gonna go up? Yeah, I bought UFC stock like immediately. As soon as I heard they were gonna go, as soon as I heard, oh, they're gonna go public, I was like, this is exactly what I need to put money in. Buy what you know. That's the key they always tell you with stock. Buy what you know. Man, I hate they're doing the Gary Russell interview and it's like painfully bad. You got to feel bad for Gary, but it's like oh shit, there it goes finally. Yeah. Always invest in what you know when it comes to the stock market. Don't try to get too tricky with it. Oh, yeah, I love that Usman and like Francis Ngannou are buddies. Tug right now absolutely teeing off on Lucas right now on the PBC card. Lucas is trying to make it interesting, but he's landing single shots, but he's not able to put any kind of combinations together on Tug. Oh, they're showing punch stats right now. Yeah, that seems about right. Bitcoin, stellar. A couple others. $100 into 1,000 by December. That's pretty solid. UFC card. Right now I'm at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, yeah, I am way ahead of you. I'm like 40 seconds ahead of you. Ooh, Lucas is hurt. He's definitely hurt. And he survived. I know. I just switched over, actually, Shrek. But it's getting a little bit sloppy right now. Little bit sloppy. You hate to see it, I know. Lucas is a tough dude, man. I love the passion, but so Booker, what's going on, dude? Oh, I'll put it in chat for you. So that works pretty well for me. I've never had any issues with it. I mean, it's just like anything else. I'm watching both at the same time right now. Trying to watch both at the same time. Takedown. Yeah. Right now, the PBC card, the PBC fight's pretty lopsided. They're going at it right now. Oh! Oh! Henry coming back! Man, these UFC fights have just been fantastic for the most part. Ooh, Lucas with a good right hand. Solid round for Lucas right here at the end. I do, Shrek. It was beautiful while it lasted. It used to be the best sight, I know. Do the big thing in crypto world. I'll have to do some research on it. You sure it's not just NFTs not going to be Oh, it used to be so good. It used to be so good. Although this one I found is really solid. I've been using it and it's pretty damn good. It's that 1x you keep going back to. That and crack stream, right? I keep I keep thinking like East Stream is gonna be good, and it just it just never shows any fights. I'm just like, oh man. I thought I had hope. I know. Yeah, it totally gave up. I'm telling you, Shrek, I've been pretty happy with this one for a while now. Oh my goodness, this UFC fight is just back and forth. Damn, Fulton's girl that's next to him is pretty cute. Doing pretty well for himself. I've not lost hope. I'll check it once in a blue moon when I'm like really desperate. Oh, I'll tell you this much right now. Henry's face, he's not bleeding at all. 7 stages of grief. I love how someone on Discord asked me, "Hey, like who's fighting in the main event for boxing?" And I said Russell versus MAGSAYO, and they go, "Nobody's." Okay. I was like, the WBC like champion at featherweight. Like, okay. Did not expect that response at all. No, just some nobodies. I'm like, you know, Mark MAGSAYO is not the most known individual. I'll give you that. But Gary Russell's been around a little bit. You know, he's only fought Lomachenko as the WBC champion for featherweight. He's a nobody. Everybody that knows Russell is probably dead now. Oh my goodness, this UFC fight's brutal. This actually turned out to be a decent PBC fight too right now. It's a hell of a good fight, Booker. Oh my God, both guys, neither one of them have any defense. They have that classic defense that we like to see. That Jaime Munguia defense where you block punches with your face, you know? That Joe Joyce defense where you just use your chin. They try to move their head a little bit, but mostly they just move it into another punch. Which is what makes it entertaining. Oh yeah, this is like this is why people watch UFC. They don't really care so much for some of the technical stuff. The casuals like myself, we don't care so much for like, oh my gosh, look at that ankle hook, whatever. That Kimura that he's trying to pull off. It's this shit right here where it's just two guys just brawling. Like it's awesome. It's freaking awesome. During Canelo versus Plant, someone said on Twitter, "Is there anyone good fighting tonight?" fuck do you think is fighting tonight? Santa Claus? Yeah, I know. Look, you're always going to have a group of people that aren't fully aware of everyone, right? Like, there's not people that really pay attention to everything that's going on in the fighting world. That's okay. That's totally fine. You know, they're probably more into one of the more mainstream sports here in the US. Oh, it wasn't a knockdown. Never mind. I was going to say Lucas with the surprise knockdown. G-Fig, what's going on, dude? King Canelo is a name everyone should know. I know. But you'd be surprised. I mean, there's people that I would talk to them about boxing, they'd never heard of Anthony Joshua. You know? I know 407. I was just thinking that. I'm like, this shit just got good. It was lopsided for a little bit, and then it got really good round 6. I'm telling you, we're going to get some upsets on this PBC card, possibly. And now this UFC fight's just all out war. Yeah, you got momentum. He's going to need an ice bath. Oh, I think we're going to get Upset City for main event. Really, Shrek? It's perfect for me. I'm watching off my iPad right now. It's doing great. I can watch Plant knocked out every day. I remember when AJ got beat by Ruiz, I had to rewatch that fight like 4 times. I just couldn't believe it. I just could not believe that AJ lost to Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, who showed up at the weigh-in, and after he did his weigh-in, was wearing jeans and Jordans. And he just did not look like he should be there in that first fight. That was hilarious. And then the sombrero that weighed like 20 pounds, apparently, according to him, for the second fight. Holy crap. Jeans and Jordans, dude. Yeah. I remember he wore jeans and Jordans, and it was just like, I was like, this is a joke right now. Oh, yeah. Henry's feeling himself. Yeah. AJ versus Ruiz 1 was the most overwhelming fight. And AJ versus Ruiz 2 was the most underwhelming fight. Yeah. I actually predicted AJ versus Ruiz 2. I predicted that fight to a T back in the day before I had a YouTube channel. But I do have video of it. I do. That was a knockdown. They're going to say let's watch it again. That's a knockdown, isn't it? Dude, this UFC fight's ridiculous right now. No, that was a slip. Oh, Boots Ennis is in the house. Dude, I'm super pumped for Boots to fight this year. In AJ's post-fight interview where AJ went, don't worry, when we have a trilogy fight, it will be more exciting. Oh my God. Yeah, I paid for this fight, not the possibility of a third fight. They put that replay. It was a knockdown. I thought it was, and then I was like, maybe it looked like he slipped a little bit. But then again, I'm trying to watch 2 fights at once, so. Yeah, it never happened. I know. I I know Ruiz wanted it, but I think AJ's like, all right. Yeah, the whole foot stomping thing, dude, that got very popular because of Usman. Usman popularized that one. Dude, the blood in this UFC fight. Henry's face, I mean, they're going to clean him up. He's going to be a little bit bruised, but... Oh, and he just got rocked. He's getting rocked. Oh, my God. UFC giving us an absolute banger of a fight right now. That's a good idea, Shrek. This UFC fight is just awesome. Of course, the straw broke off. The fact you're doing southpaw right off the bat is going to benefit you. I'm telling you. You can be the next Lomachenko. Right-handed fighter that fights in southpaw stance. All right. That's good. I mean, you don't want to... If you said that your coach was a dumbass, that probably would be a good sign. Someone get knocked out? No. Nothing. No one got knocked out. It went to the end. He participated in Golden Gloves. Hey, you know, some are better teachers than actually, you know, what they say is those that cannot do, teach. That's right. We're going to pay-per-view next, aren't we? Dude, Golden Gloves is no joke. Solid fight. Yeah, we'll be watching that. At some point. Right now, we're just getting done prelims. Right now, PBC card, final round. Yeah, Shrek, I don't know if you know, Steve's preparing to do Golden Gloves. Oh, come on. Just let him fight this ref. Yeah, he deserved the W. This PBC card is... This fight is so close right now. This turned into a crazy close fight. It's funny, all these UFC guys that just get absolutely like gaga gaga over Joe Rogan interviewing them. Russell, what's going on, man? Oh, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. It's free. It's free 99, so hopefully. I hope it's good for the price. Now you can watch me on Twitter even. I'm live stream even on Twitter, even though no one's watching on Twitter. All right, they're going to switch over to pay-per-view for UFC soon. Man, this is yeah, W for Rogan. Did you guys see the Nielsen ratings for Joe Rogan? You guys hear about that? It's crazy. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if you guys heard about that. It was the most insane thing. Like, Rogan's winning on so many levels. What are his ratings? So on the Nielsen ratings, right? They showed Joe Rogan's podcast got like 11.3. To give you a sense, like Tucker Carlson was getting like a 3.2. CNN's like prime time was getting a 2.1. Like it was literally insane. Joe Rogan was getting like a 11, and like Tucker Carlson was getting like a 3 for his ratings in comparison. Like you could have taken probably the top 3 underneath Joe Rogan and combined their scores together, and Joe would still beat them. Oh, Shrek, you have no idea. Tucker Carlson's like huge. He's huge. He was like right afterwards. So, like you guys know, I don't get political at all, but it was very telling that that people really do not care for the mainstream media at all. Which I totally agree with, and that's why I get all my stuff totally independent people that don't have an axe to grind. So those all 5 rounds are going to be, oh dude, because it looks bad if your champion leaves the company. I mean, well, yeah, Dana, I have to agree. That is a good point. I could be a fanboy. Oh, we're all fan. I mean, it's pretty easy to be a fanboy. Rogan, I don't listen to every single Rogan episode that he does. I'm pretty nitpicky, mostly because I just don't have the time to sit there for like have him on for like 4 hours. But if he has Tim Dillon on, I'm listening. Tim Dillon, man. That guy makes me laugh so hard. I would put the clip on the stream of Tim Dillon asking Joe Rogan about if Joe Rogan has digital real estate, and Joe Rogan having no idea what he was talking about. He's like, metaverse. Like, do you have your digital real estate? And Joe Rogan's like, what? He's like, digital real estate. He's like, yeah, what is that? He's like, in the metaverse, do you have your digital real estate? And Joe Rogan's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Tim Dillon then goes on and is like, Joe, in the future, your digital real estate is where you'll be. It'll be your home. That's where you'll spend the majority of your time. Your NFTs will be your fine art. And oh my God. It was amazing. And like Tim Dillon, mind you, is like, he's somewhat right. Because, you know, someone just spent $400,000 to live next to Snoop Dogg in the metaverse. So it's like, it is, you know, it does and it doesn't to me. I know people don't like NFTs and everything like that, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you're a gamer at all, you've basically probably already bought an NFT to some degree. To a general degree, you've already bought an NFT. Something very similar. Yeah, single-handedly shot up prices in the sandbox and other metaverse. Yeah, exactly. Let's see who wins this PBC fight. 96-94 for Lucas. Numbayar gets the next one. Oh, it's a draw in the PBC first fight of the night. Woo! Damn. That's pretty crazy. A draw. I mean, look, I've seen people, if you remember what happened in certain games when they opened up actual markets and what people spend money on and for, you know, digital assets, I'm not that surprised. I'm not surprised at all. You know? Oh, he's an absolute powerhouse. And it's just crazy to me. It's like crazy what he's done. You know? In such a short period of time. You don't think he slipped? I mean, that was a great fight. It turned into a much better fight than I expected. I know that. So that's the other thing, G-Fig, is like the non-utility version of NFTs. I'm not super into like the art side of it as much, personally. I find that to be tough. Yeah, I'm getting the same thing, Shrek, right now. Big time. Big time. I'm switching over to VIP right now. Oh, the ref. Are they really booing him? I didn't love him, but I didn't think it was that bad. He wasn't my favorite, but... the L... Okay. Okay. I got it back now. Oh, they are booing the ref bad right now. Jimmy Fallon buys... Oh my God. Jimmy Fallon. All those late night guys. Ugh. Talk about taking an L, man. All those late night guys used to be funny too. Oh, big time. Those guys used to be Conan, though. I mean, Conan, yeah. And didn't he just like retire? I saw that, Dana. Didn't Conan O'Brien like retire? I thought he did. I could be wrong. Good fight for the PBC very first fight. Solid first fight. They were just talking about Francis Ngannou versus Gon and how it was when they faced off at the weigh-in, it was super polite trash talk, which I'm not surprised by. Gon started doing all the signs of being nervous. Oh, I bet he's a little bit nervous. How much is it for this PBC fight? I don't know. To be honest with you, Booker. Knowing them, they'll probably charge like $50. To do some variety show on HBO Max. Okay. I thought he like his contract ran out and he was doing his own thing, something like that. He was leaving late night, that's all I knew. So, Shrek, they were sparring partners, but then someone told me that like that was like they didn't spar or something like that. Oh, another card or headline the fight. No one cost them a lot of money. Dana, I love the fact that they can run that back. PBC is on Showtime for free. It's cheap. Perfect. I got it working great right now. I can't wait for this fight. I like Gary a lot. My biggest gripe is he's just inconsistent in terms of how frequently he fights. 2 years. The only reason we have Gary Russell fighting tonight is because the PBC said they were going to strip him of his belt. The only reason we have him fighting right now. Last time he fought was almost exactly 2 years ago. And whether they did or not. But the consensus is that Ngannou and Gon trained under the same guy. Francis Ngannou left, Gon stayed, or something like that. Well, you think it'd be a consistency like. It seems like, I could be wrong, but so Gary Russell Jr. So there's Gary Russell's dad has named all of his sons Gary. It's muffled because everyone's telling different stories. Gotcha. His show's on TBS. Okay. Like Gary, yeah, like George Foreman, where he just names every single, and then he has a daughter finally, and he just names her Georgina. Perfect. Which I think is absolutely hilarious. Yeah. George Foreman's named every single one of his children All of his boys. He had all boys almost, and it was all, he named every single one of them George. And then he had a daughter, and he named her Georgina. Google it. It is real. Google it. You can check me on it. I'm almost like 100% sure about that. Which is one of the funnest things, funnest little stats. Of course he said that he sparred him and KO'd him. This guy said, is a crazy mofo. They're showing Gary Antoine Russell right now. Is he going to be fighting tonight? No, his brother. I don't see anything about his brother fighting tonight. Which sucks because his brother's really good. I know. Dude, I can't imagine naming even one of my sons after me. Let alone every single one. BBC about to sign a deal with Paramount TV online streaming. Oh. Well, that's sweet, Shrek. I do feel really bad for Gary to be in this situation though. With his dad. It's really it sucks that his dad had this complication and everything like that. I'm glad that he's there though, so at least he has like that support. So, would you want to see him fight Tank if he wins? You talking about Gary Russell fighting Tank? I mean, it's got to be weird to not be able to be in the corner though. It depends on how Gary looks, because Gary being at featherweight, Tank's, I think, purely going to stay at lightweight now. So, I don't know if Gary wants to go up to lightweight, or if he just wants to stay at 126 pounds. Maybe they meet at 130, but then again, Tank seems like he wants to stay purely at lightweight. Yeah, dude, Dana, that's crazy. 26 years old. I mean, I know that Tank, I think the big thing that they're lining him up for is they have this huge fight set up for Tank. And I think there's no question, if they do it, it would be absolute pay-per-view, must-see TV, and I think they're gonna get it. I think they're gonna get it done, and that's Tank versus Rolly. Must-see TV. Gotta tune in. No question. No question. You gotta watch it. It's 100% must-see TV. But I'm guessing, I honestly think that's a fight that's gonna happen probably in the spring. Absolutely gonna happen probably this spring. Rolly's allegations are done. That's all been thrown out the window. So he wants to fight. He wants the money. I absolutely think that fight can happen. So, the trash talk already for their before the fight got canceled was amazing. So everyone wants to see it. Like that'd just be a super fun fight to watch. And now that I don't know if everyone was, I don't know if, who was here on Wednesday or not. Apparently Rolly knows who we are. So apparently Rolly knows that we've been doing videos and reading his tweets out loud on Wednesday nights. So that's apparently what's going on. Rolly is next. You want Rolly? So we have PBC and we have UFC going on right now. Looks like both fights are about to kick off at the same time. I'm watching both. So, yeah. 407, yeah. So there's a guy on TikTok. So basically for Wednesdays, we do all the boxing news, right? And then I also do a segment which is boxing tweets of the week. So I cater that section to be stuff that I can clip to make TikToks out of and YouTube shorts and stuff like that. And Rolly always pops up because he has hilarious takes on Twitter all the time. And so I've been posting a bunch of them. And this guy found me on TikTok and said, "Hey, are you going to be posting any more Rolly videos?" And I said, "Yeah, probably. It's Wednesday night. We're streaming. We always do kind of like tweet of the week. And usually we have Rolly in the mix." And he's like, "Okay, awesome." He's like, "Rolly is the reason I found you. Rolly sent me your video, and that's how I found you." So he said, Rolly's watching you. Tweet from Rolly right now. It's the boxer formerly known as Rolly, the dwarf slayer now. Yeah, that was the cringiest tweet of the week. That was Bradis. Ooh, iMessage games. Whoever beats me gets $300. Oh, Rolly coming out hot. Yeah, that was Bradis singing happy birthday to Jake Paul and how he wants to kick his ass. So we had to review that because Bradis has been thirsty. He's been thirsty AF. Hey, what's going on, man? Day's going pretty good. How's your, man? Right now, we've had some good fights. Really solid fights. So they know how to promote their fights. That's Shrek. It's true. It's like, especially these days with social media, like Crawford should be all over YouTube. All these guys should have YouTube channels. All these guys should be oh, thanks, man. I appreciate the sub. All these guys should have YouTubes. All of them should have TikToks. All of them should have Instagrams and everything like that. And they should be, and Twitter, and I'll be posting regularly. If not them, someone, they should pay someone in their entourage to do it. So, UFC fights going well. PBC fights starting to pick up a little bit. You know? The cell phone and UFC on the Discord. Perfect. Dude, boxing on a 65-inch, that must be nice. I have UFC on the 22-inch monitor. I have boxing on the smaller little iPad, and then I got my 24-inch monitor to run everything else. Watching 270. We're using various websites right now. Stuff like six stream and stuff like that. People have been using apparently. Shrek, I don't know what you're using right now. I mean, I also have ESPN Plus, so I got to watch the bulk of the fight. Ooh. Oh, that one. Best Solaris. Oh, he goes down. We might get a first round knockout. And it's over. What a KO, dude. That was a fantastic knockout. Damn. Get hacked? I mean, we use them in Discord and everyone else uses them and they don't get hacked, so. KO of the year. That was a hell of a knockout. Hell of a knockout. Oh, yeah, he was definitely out. Let's watch it again. Oh. Yeah, no, I can't do that. I will absolutely get my channel deleted if I do that. Oh. Career trying to sue Bob. I know. You know what I said, Dana? I said, if you really want to hurt Bob Arum, go to another promotional company and then beat his best fighters. Links are in Discord. If you go below in the description, you'll see a link to Discord. And in Discord, we have everything you're looking for. Like, Dana, if I really wanted to piss off Bob Arum, instead of trying to sue him for 10 million and then losing the lawsuit and then getting countersued, I would say you're better off going to PBC and then getting in the ring and trying to beat undisputed champion Josh Taylor and take all his belts away and wreck his value. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. We try to, you know, have a solid vibe here. But Discord has everything that you're looking for. Because otherwise, we get in trouble. Damn, dude. That's a great way to start your career off right there. This PBC fight right now is Crawford has the talent to give anyone massive issues. I mean, Taylor's going to be fighting in February, but I don't expect that to be a good fight. You know? Like, there's no reason that to go to court with Bob. You're going to lose. You're going to lose, and you're going to have to pay for it. So you might as well, you know, hop on over to PBC and then go after one of their, you know, biggest fighters. We have Spence and Ugas. That's going to happen. That's going to be amazing. I know he's doing it for show, but it does make me question. Yeah, look, you're not going to win any money out of it. And then you're going to have to pay lawyers. And that's my big thing. It's like, you know, and I doubt people like, you know, people might be a little bit weary to do business with you. That's my big thing. I'm not saying, and look, maybe he has like totally legitimate claims. I'm not saying he doesn't. Just to be clear, because I don't know if he has what proof he has to bring to the table, but it's just a really tough thing to do, especially when you're going against someone like Bob, who's, you know, a lawyer and started out in law and went to Harvard. So Justin Gaethje gets a plenty of applause. And they did not like Dillashaw too much, huh? Kind of got a few boos. Let's see if this this PBC card, this fight picks up. You know? I mean, they all work. We all use them, so. It's literally what I'm using right now. And we get people that say that every week. It should. I mean, everyone has their own setup and everything. I hear the commentary say ass caught you off guard. This fight right now on PBC, Oh, the UFC selling NFTs, huh? I didn't realize that. I knew Tyson Fury was selling NFTs. So if you go to Discord, I just sent you the best one. Check Discord, Lalo. I just sent you the best one. That's the one I'm using right now. NFT shields are cringe. Dude, NFT like Twitter accounts are the worst. They're like a virus. Don't ever follow them. One followed me and I'm like, oh, they kind of like into combat sports. Cool. And I checked it out and I was like, oh, I'll follow him back. And boom. It was just nothing but like nothing but NFT crap for nonstop. I was like, okay. So this is supposed to be this Russian monster, apparently, Shrek, huh? BBC card's picking up a little bit. Tons of bots. You see what's going on? He's a kickboxing Khabib? Hell yeah. All about that. Let's do it, man. Russian would lose, though. So let's see. I mean, I'm intrigued. You got me intrigued. Look, anytime there's a fight and I don't know who's supposed to win, who's the favorite, whatever. Told you it works, man. I don't cap about that stuff. Oh, no problem, man. I had a feeling that might help you out. I told you. Any other screens? On the NFL playoffs. Oh. I'm a little salty about the Pats, but honestly, the Bills, I hope the Bills lose and just burn and crash the next round. Honestly, okay. So the 49ers are inconsistent. I'm picking the Packers to win there. No, you didn't miss the Russell fight. You're good. Yeah, he is. I agree, Booker. I can have some screens on G-Fig if you want tomorrow for the NFL. We can get Discord going for that. Although the NFL scares the shit out of me. I'm hoping the Chiefs beat the Bills tomorrow. I think the Packers should win. Do you guys know about Dr. Disrespect's bet for this year, by the way, for the 49ers? Do you guys hear about that? He made it before the season started. Why are they boxed like this? I know. Yeah, this is not the most intriguing fight for me. It's okay. But it's the fourth round and they both seem tired, which I don't love. So at the beginning of the year, there was a stream I was watching. I love watching Dr. Disrespect occasionally. I can't catch every stream he does, but I do enjoy it. His quality of streams are insane. So Doc has a stream that was sponsored by who was it? One of the prominent day of kind of fantasy, DraftKings, I believe it was. So DraftKings, he goes on, and says that he's gonna, it's sponsored by them. And before the season started, he bet $10 million that the 49ers were gonna win the Super Bowl. Boots just said he's gonna be fighting in March or April. 'Cause 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 $10 million on the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. Dude, if Boots Ennis fights in April, yeah, April's going to be absolutely fucking on fire. 49ers made the playoffs. They're playing the Packers tomorrow, though. They just beat the Cowboys last weekend, which was hilarious because if you're on Twitter and you saw Dr. Disrespect and Tim the Tatman, who are like this, going at each other, it was hilarious. Six-inch reach advantage is huge. That's a massive reach advantage. Oh, I could see that. This Russian kid looks like he could tie his shoes without bending over. Oh, they're playing him right now? I thought they were playing him on Saturday. Oh, wait, Sunday. I keep on forgetting that they're doing that. Packers playing the Niners now, losing 3-10. Damn, dude. Golden Glove champ. Let's see what happens. As soon as the Pats lost, like I pretty much, it's a snowy game. Oh, yeah. That would do it. That would favor the Packers, you would think. Should favor the Packers. You know? I'm always curious why none of these fighters that ever fight in the UFC retire from fighting and then don't become like a ref or something like that. I pretty much wait for the Super Bowl as well. Dude, this Russian kid is super long. Oh, huge kicks. These spinning kicks are crazy. Yeah, I guarantee Rodgers' winning percentage in the snow is amazing. Aaron Rodgers is always, I mean, generally speaking, pretty solid guy once he hits the playoffs. A lot of times they become trainers. That's pretty much the number one occupation they have afterwards. This UFC fight is crazy. And he tapped him already. The Russian kid tapped him. He tapped him in like 30 seconds. Holy shit. Hey, Shrek, I think you're right. That Russian kid's pretty good. Jesus Christ. Those kicks were brutal. Mystic Shrek, never wrong. Trainers, announcers. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was brutal. These kicks, these spinning kicks he did were fucking phenomenal, too. But those lean arms like that, too, I bet you he gets a choke in brutally. That was... Pac-Man became a politician. Yeah, he did. I am not super interested in this PBC fight right now. I'm hoping it picks up a little bit. UFC yet again. UFC yet again. Just always bringing the heat. Oh, dude, I agree, G-Fig. Foreman, you know my favorite one, G-Fig? If you wanna listen to a great take from George Foreman, go watch Manny Pacquiao versus Rockman. Like way back, like the first major fight where Pac-Man broke out. And listen to how wrong George Foreman is on Manny Pacquiao. It's hilarious because like no one knew who, they couldn't even pronounce it. Jim Lampley like was like Pacquiao. Like he didn't know how to pronounce his name. And Pacquiao was like a late replacement within like 2 weeks or something like that. And so George Foreman's like, oh, this kid doesn't want to get in there and box like this. This Pacquiao kid, he doesn't want to get there and box like this. I don't think that would favor him too well. And Manny Pacquiao's bouncing in and out of range, and his legs are like on springs, and his hands are just like crazy fast, and he's just picking him apart. And George Foreman's like, I don't know if this is a good idea. And you see Pacquiao just like, like absolutely obliterating him. Oh my God. I never saw the Tyson podcast with Michael Buffer. I have not watched, I don't think I've listened to a single episode of Mike Tyson's podcast, to be honest with you. I always see clips from it, but I don't think I've ever watched like a full episode of his podcast. Not that I'm not like interested. I'm just like, eh. Oh no, like that was like classic young Pacquiao, his hair and everything like that. Oh my God. It was amazing. It was amazing. And Pacquiao breaks the guy's nose, and the guy's nose is just like gushing blood. And Jim Lampley's like, you know, you can't help it. Like you can't help but like, you know, be annoyed by it and kind of pawing at it and stuff like that. And George Foreman's like, no, you can. You got to ignore it. Like Mark Wahlberg and Mario Lopez, baby. Chuck Liddell. I love that Chuck Liddell is like such an integral part still of like every single Johnny Knoxville. They got the whole Jackass crew there. But there's no Wee Man. Where's Wee Man? God, these guys are so old. How Michael and Bruce met. I would love to hear about how Michael and Bruce met. Normal PVC fight? Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's just like classic PBC. Dude, this guy that's getting ready for this UFC fight's doing backflips in the freaking back room. That's true. Hey, at least they're going at it, but Emmanuel Stewart did do some commentary. That fight was Jim Lampley, it was George Foreman. Emmanuel Stewart might have chimed in, but he was not the main commentary, part of like the two main commentary people. It was Lampley and it was George Foreman. It was such a good fight. It's one of my favorites to watch. We've watched that on stream for a classic fight night a few times, I think. Cheating punched 4 times after the bell. Yeah, that's bad. Uh-oh, she's going to duck a point. Yep. That's rough. Dude, I can't wait. I love Israel Adesanya, dude. He's probably, like, just in general, out of all combat sports, he's one of my favorite athletes to watch. It's smacking him. We can always watch it again, G-Fig. I love watching that fight. The thing I like about Israel Adesanya is the accuracy is just out of control, man. Who do you have, Chocolatito or Estrada, for their third fight? Ooh. I want Chocolatito. I've been a Chocolatito fan forever. When John Jones got arrested, of course. Of course, I follow him like everywhere. Rat Lord. That's not how it works. You got to read the rules. Michael grew up in a adopted family because oh, I didn't know that. Bruce used to work in telemarketing, and he worked at the phone books to see if anyone, had the same last name, Buffer. No shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's an awesome story. Niners just tied the game. Showtime's starting to heat up. Derek Lewis fight just got announced. Hell yes. Oh, he's fighting against Shoes. Rules are literally in Discord under rules and information. It's the second tab down under welcome. It's Shoes versus Derek Lewis. It's Shuey. I can never remember his actual name. Of course it's stacked, Shrek. Every single one of these major UFC pay-per-views are stacked. You guys hear about pay-per-view for UFC going up to like $70? Which sucks. Dude, this dude they're showing right now is crazy. This guy doing flips and everything. It's like a video game character. Then it said he disagrees with the pay-per-view price, but ESPN is in charge of pay-per-view. I know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. 70. Look, if you're gonna pay $70 though, I will say that the UFC puts on a card that's probably worth $70. Yeah, ESPN, of all networks, ESPN needs the extra money. That Disney money's not enough. Ever since Disney bought ESPN, man, I haven't watched ESPN or like any of their stuff for a long time. Did you hear about the ratings they were getting for ESPN? For some of their major like shows and stuff? It's crazy bad. They were getting beat by daytime dramas. Yeah, exactly. Half the time Top Rank puts on stuff that should be. Should be free. I mean, they need people to sub to ESPN Plus. I mean, it's not bad. I will say ESPN Plus for the price to watch a lot of the UFC stuff has been really solid. Like UFC like is the only reason I even watch ESPN Plus. I never even pay attention to it otherwise. Boxing and UFC. Honestly, the best price model is the zone, but we're never going to get that across the board, which is the sad part. But you know they're going to eventually hike up the price. Life tab on Wikipedia said that it's not a cousin of former UFC champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's awesome, Shrek. So that's his only thing on personal life is that he's not related to Khabib. He's not a cousin. That's hilarious. That's all on his. That's all on his wiki. I know. If it's on wiki, it has to be true. Oh my god. I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if they did that. Ref looks like a Wookiee. All right, I'll be right back really quick. All right, back. What? What's going on? Ernie, what's going on, dude? This dude is getting hyped. Dude, that's all I'm looking for, Shrek, is just something for it to be fun. Hate UFC and vice versa. Dude, no, those are the weirdest people to me. Oh my gosh. Knockdown. It's like people that are like, yeah, I like college football, but I don't love the NFL. I'm like, Okay. Oh, Ernie, we're watching both. How can they play in this kind of weather? Because, I mean, Wisconsin, man. Yeah, the Showtime fight's getting absolutely crazy. This guy's face is just a swollen mess. Oh, DraftKings makes stupid money. UFC cards, I mean, the PBC card's been pretty decent. Are they gonna let? They're not gonna let this kid go out. They're stopping the fight. Doctor's stopping the fight. I think that's actually a good stoppage. The kid's face is so swollen he can barely see out of his eyes. Easy dub, honestly, yeah. Matias, man. Good win for him. He wasn't the most exciting fighter in the world, but, I mean, he's not bad. I mean, Matias' face looks, for a guy that just was in a fight for that long. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. That fight went almost the distance. The last fight went the distance. Hopefully they don't put too much filler in there. To become a track star or ballroom dancer. Honestly, this dude is super cocky. This guy in the UFC is so cocky. Deebo Samuel's carrying his team. Oh my god, dude. He's so cocky that I want him to get knocked out. A dude this cocky that's dancing and doing flips and all that other crap. I'm like, it'd be really nice if you got knocked out. He's a runner. He's a track star. I'm shocked he's the first Shrek. Oh! This cocky bitch's ass. Dude, I hate guys that are super cocky like this. Doing all these flips and shit. By the way, I have to say, Venom makes some really good gear, it looks like, for UFC. Their stuff's looked really solid. Looks better than that Reebok junk. So, that was a good stoppage in that PBC fight. Oh yeah, the custom Loma gear. I'm impressed. I actually applied for Venom as a company. Reebok's, yeah, their UFC stuff did not look great. This was a smart move. When they get KO. Cook and talk. Hell yeah, it's always nice when there's a KO. Good stoppage. Now this UFC fight's starting to heat up. Oh! Oh, dude, Booker, I know. Got him on the ground. He's got top position, trying to ground and pound him right now. He's just like trying to maul him. Yeah, I know he fell. I was like, this could be it. (10-8) round. If they give it a 10-8 round, I'd be shocked. Everyone says that. Or I always hear that from UFC. They're like, oh, that was a 10-8 round. Or, you know, that was a 9-8 round. And I'm like, they always say that, but the judges never actually score it that way. What's a realistic option for Loma's next fight? It's a good question. Jumped off the fence like Iron Man. I mean, I'm trying to think of top rank opponents for him, really. Because everyone wants a Tank fight, but it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I would love that fight. It's not going to happen. Isak Cruz wouldn't be bad. He would crush Cruz. Jodo Diaz wouldn't be bad. I mean, the big thing is like Tank has been offered the Loma fight, and Mayweather has come out both times and said Tank's not ready. Tank's not ready yet. We're not ready for that yet. Oh, we heard him. And Mayweather wants to keep everything in house. He doesn't want to do deals with other people. You know? That was a crazy good knee. Queen Garcia, he doesn't want to fight because he will win. I know. Garcia said he's going to be announcing his fight for April timeframe as well. This UFC fight's taking a swing now. It's going the other way. Join the WWE. Oh! I do too, Shrek. I love watching fights with you guys. You guys are hilarious. Ooh, Loma versus Tevin Farmer. Would you do that at... Oh. Would you do that at lightweight? Uh-oh. The crowd. I love the crowd, man. Willing to fight the winner of Brooke versus Khan. I don't know if Mayweather's actually going to get in the ring again unless it's against, what was his name? Money Kicks. Money Kicks is probably the next fight for Mayweather that they're setting up. Cook, I don't know if you heard about that. Mayweather fighting some Dubai YouTuber for like $100 million on a helipad in Dubai. Loma versus Josh Taylor. That would never happen in a million years. The size difference alone. Josh Taylor's huge compared to Loma. And I wouldn't mix that if I'm Bob. If I'm Bob, I wouldn't mix that. I don't think you'll ever see Loma back at 140 again. After the Linares fight, I don't think he'll ever go back up to 140. He's just too small for it. So, oh shit, my stream just froze. There you go. Man, the Superman, I know, I had the same thing, Shrek. I just fixed it. Superman punch off the cage. I mean, this is getting... They're going to go into the third round with a round apiece, which is awesome. But this fight's really swung the other way now. This WWE fight. This is so good. PBC's in. We're going to main event, I believe now. Oh, they're gonna do some filler right now on PBC. Dude, that was a crazy good round. That was a crazy good round. Yeah, we got the main event now for Gary Russell Jr., I guess. So they're gonna do this huge filler on PBC now. Oh, these knees. Damn, dude. So they're going into this third and final round with a round apiece. This is going to be huge. Respect. Now get at it, boys. Dude, they're showing Gary Russell on pads right now. Jesus Christ, his hand. I always forget how fast his hands are. I mean, oh my gosh. They were just talking about how no one wants to get in the ring with Gary Russell, which is like, eh. I wonder if Gon's head, Gon got nervous talking about the empower. Yeah, I'm sure there's a little bit of, there's going to be a little bit of a feeling out process. When him and Haney were supposed to fight, hell yeah. I mean, Gary was supposed to fight a lot of people, and he talked a lot of smack to a lot of people. I know, Booker. I was wondering. That's like the same thing. It's like after that round, I can't believe it, man. I mean, that's the beauty of this is that it's round by round. So you gave up a huge second round. You still have time in this third. Oh, a fucking zombie. Oh, that kid that fought Sugar Shane. The one that Sugar just beat the living crap out of for 3 rounds. They're building up right now on PBC, so. I mean, anything can happen right now. These guys are just throwing bombs. Dude, he's gonna do all of them WWE moves. Just so you guys know, I don't know how many of you know Mark MAGSAYO though. He had KO of the year contender last year, and I don't know if you know this about him, but he trains with Freddie Roach, and we know how Freddie Roach is with Filipino fighters. He has a little bit of a history. Exactly, Shrek. I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped for this PBC fight. I think I don't think I'm gonna switch anything in Discord. I think we're just gonna leave it as is. Chavez Jr. So the statement is invalid. He also trained Elvis Rodriguez, who lost last year. That was a mean low blow, too. He ain't having kids. He also trained Ben Askren. Okay. But none of those people you just named are Filipino, so it's totally valid. RIP his balls right now. Life ruined. Trained Ben Askren and Manny Pacquiao in the same gym. I know. That's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. Oh my god, this UFC fight's way too good. I cannot change that. Discord. They should do that one again. His wife's gonna be like, ever since that kick, he's never been the same. It's the best night of the fight. Yeah, best fight of the night, easily. Oh, man. By the way, PBC main event starting now. Dude, UFC, the quality is just phenomenal. I know, Shrek. I know. That's why I'm like, I don't think I can really switch it up because it's co-main going on for UFC. I'll let you know how good it is. I think this UFC card's just too good. I have a feeling if I switched it, man, I feel pretty bad. These people seem to really be enjoying, probably really enjoying in Discord right now. You know? That was a damn good fight. Okay, scorecards. Walking out to jungle music. Brazilian guy won. You might be ahead of me, broke boy. Right now, I just see Mark MAGSAYO just chilling. Oh, wait, I can hear the music. Sorry. That was a super good fight, though. Even with his flips and showboating and everything like that, that was pretty amazing. Yeah, here comes Gary Russell. Oh, that's why. I don't have Showtime. If I had Showtime. What is this? What is this Gary Russell intro right now? What am I watching? I know. I will say Gary Russell looks like he's in damn good shape for a dude that's been off for two years.